That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's American.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
Wow.
That's how you line the sound up.
Is it?
Son?
Wow.
Yep, I taught him that.
Check, check.
Did you?
'Cause I'm a
Motherfuckers.
genius.
Welcome to the Hunt for Greatness podcast, people. Out in podcast land, I got Timothy Walters and Bradley Barker in this piece. Son,
What it
tonight,
do?
tonight,
What
baby.
it do?
Ain't no more white noise on this podcast neither. We done fixed the audio because we're professionals.
It's an all-star lineup, by
Y'all
the way.
gonna, dude, it is. So I want to start this podcast out by saying
Epstein didn't kill himself?
He did kill himself.
No, he didn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Epstein's
do
still alive.
My guitar's right there, dude.
Oh, yeah.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
sing me a little song.
Oh.
Tim wants to sing a song to kick
To
us off.
kick it off, you know?
I'm stoked about it, dude.
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
Yeah, your voice sounds real good on this mic.
Angelic voice. I hope I don't hear that camera thing.
I'm thirsty. I'm real thirsty right meow. I just want to thank you guys for listening to the Hunt for Greatness podcast. We appreciate all the support we're getting. We appreciate Womack Electrical Contractors for being a paid
Always.
sponsor.
Always.
We appreciate him hooking people up with the greatest electricity in the world. Also, big shout out to whoever invented electricity, whatever that guy's name was. Thanks a lot. I think it was Jeffrey
I don't think
Epstein.
anybody invented
I
electricity.
think Jeffrey Epstein invented it. Or maybe Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure. You know, the guy that flew the fucking key in the lightning storm?
Ben Franklin.
Francis Scott Key.
Okay. Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner
Yeah!
at the War of 1812
Fucking right, dude.
at Fort McHenry, which is where?
Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. Full circle, baby.
Dude, that
Full
remember that
circle.
YouTube video we used to watch about Francis Scott Key writing the
Dude.
Star Spangled Banner?
That shit.
That'll
Yeah.
make you feel American.
It was written just as a sonnet. It was not meant to be a song originally. It
No
was only,
clue what a sonnet
It was
is,
only
I'll be
put to
honest with you.
music years later.
It's like a poem.
It's a poem.
Poem.
It's like a poem.
Are you going to play us something?
Yeah.
All right, play it.
Yeah, I was sitting there listening to this, and I was like, this is perfect for the
I just want to
podcast.
know, I just want to let you know, no homosexuals.
Totally not gay.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
It's totally not gay.
I'm just
sure.
making sure, dude.
At all.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, dude.
Okay.
We were born ready.
I'm a little rusty. There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I could try for your heart. Our dreams, they're made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone love in. Love is the answer, at least, for most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here and where do we go and how come it's so hard? It's not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. I tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. We'll look at the stars when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Better together, guys.
God, that was so
Awesome,
good.
bro.
Because
Oh my god.
That was so good.
Because we're together.
I'm so wet right
it's
now.
so not gay.
My butt pussy is dripping.
I'm
good.
so wet.
I mean, you could just slide something.
I
Dude,
mean,
this Krylon
like it'd be
shimmer can
nothing.
would just slide up in there.
Bro,
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. Made
That
me
was
think of
beautiful.
y'all.
That
Made
was-
me
man.
think of you guys.
That's Tom O'Leary, right?
That's Tim Walters.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Tom O'Leary for some
AKA
reason.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Super hot.
I dig it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it sounded like shit.
All right.
I didn't want to,
Well,
It was this.
Well, also, you don't have a pick.
Sure.
Or you don't need a pick.
No, I needed.
You just
pick.
finger
It sounded a little
pick.
out of tune.
I needed.
You just be finger
I
picking.
know because his tuner's broke. He don't play his guitar no more.
Yeah.
If you're a real guitarist, you know how to tune by ear.
Bro, I
Would
played
you?
since I was
You're supposed
17.
to have
I
it
still
ready
can't
for
do
me.
that.
I should have had it ready for you.
You should have
dude.
had it ready
Yeah.
for me.
I was just testing you to see if you could tune it by ear.
Strings are like
Are
10 years
brand
old.
new.
Like
Wow.
10
Brand
years
new,
old, bro.
dude. I just been playing the fuck out of them this
You know
week.
what I'm saying?
They're
I
a
don't
week
believe
old.
that.
They're a week old, and I've been playing the
you've been-
shit out of them.
Playing.
I've been finger picking.
I don't believe that, but okay.
So that was for you.
That was beautiful, dude.
That was for you guys.
I always appreciate when an artist comes on my podcast and graces us with his
With his
God-given talent.
Yeah.
I literally wrote that
Beautiful, dude.
right
I mean,
before I got here.
I love it.
Literally.
It's very thoughtful
I thought Trump
and
wrote
mystic.
that.
It's very mystic.
Trump gave me the inspiration.
It's very
he
yeah,
inspired me.
It's very
Because
precocious.
he's like Trump.
He's so inspiring.
President
Very.
Donald J. Trump.
Wow.
When I think of him as a man
brought out the initial.
and how big his heart is,
And how
much
compassionate he is,
and how much he loves women
Wow.
and how nice he is
and
to
Mexicans.
people. He loves Mexicans.
He loves them
Loves them.
so much.
I-
He wants to give them a wall.
He
I mean,
said-
a pretty wall,
He wants to move to Mexico.
Yeah.
Right.
Is what he said.
dude.
Right?
I think he wants to buy Mexico.
Yeah, and Greenland,
Any
which
man
is not
Right.
a terrible
who
idea.
would just do the
Right.
woman the honor of walking up and grabbing their pussy.
I mean,
obviously
how
loves it.
respectful.
Dude.
Like it's nothing.
I mean, why didn't my dad teach me that?
That's his move.
You know,
I'm actually a little angry my dad didn't teach me that.
I
yeah.
feel like I just wasn't taught any morals whenever.
dude. You mean, Dad? You didn't tell me to grab women by their vaginas?
Yeah.
The most respectful thing
hello?
you can do.
How do you do, ma'am?
Birds
Yeah,
and the bees
like,
conversation
nice
was
to meet
lacking.
What fucking idiots?
Yeah.
They told us to shake hands with people
Dude.
Yeah.
and look them in the eye.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm looking at your clit.
Feel cheated.
I'm trying to grab your titties.
Right.
Yeah.
With
Why
my-
would...
I feel cheated.
Yeah, I feel like my childhood was a sham.
Yeah.
Everything I thought I knew about life is a lie.
Yeah.
I just feel like ever since Donald Trump's been president, my life has radically changed.
Yeah.
And my out.
So so through the course of this presidency,
Loved it, every second
I
of
just
it.
want to point out that I, as an American citizen, my 36 years on this planet, did not know that New Mexico was Mexico.
Okay, so you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
Obviously, in social studies class.
And like Colorado too somehow.
Listen, bruh.
it's actually pronounced Colorado.
If we're gonna keep
you
the
know.
old Mexicans out, we got to get rid of.
We got to get rid of the new ones. That makes sense.
Duh.
You know,
That makes sense.
You know,
He
Yeah.
said the wall will go around New Mexico
Colorado.
to keep them out.
to
Yeah.
keep out the new Mexicans.
Duh.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's for the New Mexicans' safety, more or less.
We don't care about them.
Oh.
Let's just be honest.
Second-class citizens.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
have you been there?
I have not.
It's nothing but dirt.
It's not on the.
It's
It's not at the
dirt.
top of the list.
It's dirt. It's hot tamales and crystal meth, bro. That's the only three things New Mexico has going
Exactly.
for it. I mean,
I mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
have you heard of Albuquerque?
I could
First of
go
all?
without the dirt.
Weird Al.
But-
it's the only reason why I know about her.
Well, Crystalia trashes Albuquerque.
Dude,
He
hilarious.
does not like Albuquerque,
Hates
and
it.
they in turn do not like him.
Well,
That's hilarious.
it is hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Y'all get your Life Rips hoodie?
You know, nah, dude, but they're sick.
I want one. I'm not really a fan of the color scheme. I really want a Brinks.
What?
I want the Brinks,
What?
the babies.
Tie dye,
Yeah,
Come
but it's like a
on.
really kind of girly tie dye.
bro. That's the style.
Nah, look. Here's what I want: is I want
Girly
those.
as
I
hell,
want the
bro.
no dent
Hey.
slides.
Hey,
You suck.
what the fuck is that on your shirt? I've been wanting to
a
ask
hand.
you that. I know
Yeah.
that.
It's a skateboarding company.
Who dat?
In
Okay.
it's Santa Cruz.
Surfer, bro.
Skateboarding company in California.
Who- but what they
I
call
believe I don't know. Santa Cruz.
They're called Santa Cruz.
Yep. And they're located in.
Heard of them?
Santa Cruz is a place.
They're not located in Santa Cruz.
Oh, really?
Are
Corona.
you
Santa
serious?
Clarita.
They're in Corona.
No, I'm just making shit up.
Wow.
I don't know, dude.
Where's your surfboard,
New Mexico.
You just bought
Albuquerque.
it?
Where's your
Made 'em
surfboard?
in New Mexico,
Oh
Albuquerque.
yeah. Do you surf?
I just
How good? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
How good
I
are you?
I rip the airwaves. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
Hang tough, dudes.
Hang 10?
Yeah, hang 10, dudes.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get pitted, bro, on like a fat barrel?
So pitted, bro.
Right.
I ride the lip and I get spit right out of it. Okay, dude, how blitzed that dude was.
Bro.
That dude was smoking wet.
Did you see the guys in Florida during Dorian on the Weather Channel?
Were they riding in the streets?
No, they were lifeguards, and they interviewed them, dude, and they were like the most stoner 19-year-olds you've ever seen.
Oh, I believe
in your
that.
life.
Florida.
Surfers, yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
So I'm not too worried. My parents kicked me out.
I'm thinking build the wall around Florida too, or just put some C4 and blow a huge fucking thing to separate Florida from the United States. While we're at it, if we're already building a wall around New Mexico, let's go ahead and let Florida drift off into the ocean.
Florida is like the
Just
meme.
saying.
It's like a meme of a state.
Yeah, send it.
So is California.
Send it.
Yeah,
While
but
we're at it.
California's going to
While
just
we're
fall
at it.
off. California's going to take care of
They
itself.
were.
They're gonna die of a
I
drought.
learned that over
Yeah.
20 years ago, and
Well,
it
it's
hasn't
coming.
happened.
Hey, you know
When's
what?
it happening?
Hey, climate change.
Look, bro,
Ask
Believe in it.
Bernie, dude.
Believe in it.
dude,
Yeah, believe in it.
I don't.
I know.
Do you not?
I know.
I don't believe in man-made. I believe the climate's changing.
Yeah,
but I
but-
don't.
but-
I think that we're so fucking full of ourselves, and we think we're so fucking important that we think that we can have some grand effect on this planet.
So you don't think we have an effect on the planet?
If we do, it's
Come
like-
on, bro.
If
There
we
is
do,
a
it's-
fucking belt of trash around the planet.
says who?
Yeah.
There is, bro. You can
Says who?
look it up.
Says who?
Look it up.
The Earth's flat though, so
Google
how
it.
it gonna go around?
I was
it?
just going to ask you that. if the Earth was round or
Earth's a
not.
sphere. Sphere.
It's a sphere.
SPHERE.
But
the
what,
H
first,
is
before
silent.
we get on this,
Okay.
can I just start it all off?
Please do.
I wanna fuck the Earth. Okay,
you were
yeah.
gonna fucking say that.
fuck it.
Dude, we live
I don't
here.
care.
I mean, I'm here for a good time, not a long
care.
time.
I will shit in your yard.
I'll
And
shit
put a
in your
stake
fucking
in it
mouth.
that says "fuck the Earth."
I will shit in your fucking mouth.
Nah, but seriously,
Seriously.
Are you serious?
I don't think we're that fucking important, bro.
I don't think it has nothing to do with us
they've been
being
trying to
important.
make us scared. Ever since they've been trying to make us scared. First it was fucking the ice age. Then it was acid rain. Then it was the ozone layer. Then it was global warming. They got that shit wrong, so they changed it to climate change. They're
All right,
always
all right.
fucking
Okay,
wrong.
all right, okay.
And it's like doomsday prophecy, bro. It's a religion.
Okay, well take the them trying to make us scared and fearful aspect out of it. You don't think that human beings make an impact on the planet Earth?
Carbon
Not
footprint.
enough for it to fucking matter.
But eventually,
and affect us.
you don't think that could matter?
Dude, now they're talking about an ice age again, Alex.
No, I don't care about that. I just care about, do you think that
Do we have the
eventually-
capability?
eventually down the line, if we all live like China,
Yeah.
if we all
we don't.
but if
But
we
we
did,
don't.
but if we did,
But we don't.
but if we did,
But we dang.
but if we did, do you think
Why
that,
are we doing what ifs?
Because I
Why don't we talk about? Why don't we get it how we live? Though,
I think
bro?
because honestly,
Why
I
don't we
think
get it how we live?
this is more than a what if. I think.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not. What if this happens?
Okay.
I'm just saying
You
eventually.
I know
From
you
my
think
side
it.
of the street, it's happening.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily happening, but I think it definitely.
Wow.
I mean, I do think it's happening, but not
There you
to.
go.
But what I'm saying is not exponentially what they try to make us believe it is happening.
I'm not
But I
entirely-
think
look,
that it could
yeah.
happen.
So I don't necessarily.
happen.
I don't necessarily
Hey.
believe in the 12-year timetable.
What the fuck is that?
So
That's their new doomsday prophecy
That's the
bullshit.
thing is-
Wow.
2030, we're all gonna fucking die if we don't do something.
No. It's the 12-year thing is we have 12 years to turn it around before it's past the point of no
But
return.
Al Gore said the same shit in 2000 about the year 2014
Man,
or some
fuck
shit.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
That's what I
You know,
think about
that's
that
my
motherfucker.
point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Is it's like so, and if you have the view like I do, where it's like I don't think that we have had that significant
Yeah.
of a footprint. We do have a footprint, but I don't think it's so significant as America.
Yeah.
I'm talking about America. I'm not talking about India and China because those guys are fucking up.
Well, yeah.
But we have, without government intervention, lowered our carbon footprint drastically over the past 20 years. And the government hadn't had to tell anyone to do shit because people, for the most part,
Inherently
care about
do the right
the
thing.
earth.
I
For the
agree.
most part.
I agree
For
with
the
you.
most
I
part,
agree
yeah.
with you.
You know what I
about
mean?
That.
Well, that's why it's got to be a global initiative.
Yeah, but
How?
Which is unrealistic.
How though?
but-
it's not going to
I'm
happen.
not. Hey, I don't
like,
know.
the
Yeah.
Paris Climate Accords, bro. You know
Yeah.
what it was? It was like they got all these countries together and said, submit a piece of paper
Oh boy.
with what you plan to do.
Yeah.
Fucking China was talking about reaching their peak by 2030, meaning by 2030 they won't go over, but they're going to continue increasing until 2030. India said, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
We ain't doing shit. And they're the ones that's responsible for almost all of the pollution. We're responsible for 4% of the fucking pollution on this planet. So
India.
I don't want to
what
hear
type
the
of government
politicians
is
fucking
India?
fearmonger, bruh.
Well, no, I agree. Well,
I don't wanna
what
hear
type
that
of
shit.
government is India? Is it like kings and queens and
It's
shit?
It's
like,
a
I know they're in
republic.
a caste system, though.
No,
like, if
but
you're
it-
born poor, you stay
Say
poor.
poor,
Yeah.
yeah.
but it's also a republic where they have prime ministers, and it's
China's a
or
republic.
a democracy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's supposedly on paper, it's a democracy.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But like, so they refuse.
They have a parliament
to-
because they're based, like their governmental system is based on what England's is. After, aside from the monarchy,
Because England came over in like what, the 1800s?
right? Like,
I just
like
don't-
India.
You're
India
gonna
was
live like we do.
India was a, for lack of a better term, a colony of Britain for a very long time.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, it was.
a territory. It was a
It
territory.
was territory. Yeah.
yeah.
But China's a communist country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Well, now
say-
up until 2000, Hong Kong was a British territory as well,
yeah, but now
in the heart of China.
yeah,
But they
which
gained
is
it-
weird.
I never understood that.
That doesn't make sense.
That
either.
was like an on paper thing from like hundreds of years ago,
And
like
right
the year
now-
2000 it expired.
Hong Kong is having their 1776 as we speak.
Yeah, they're wilding out over there.
Dude,
that's
you know what?
crazy.
I saw this one thing where they're literally gluing bricks and cinder blocks
Yeah.
to the road. You ain't driving.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
What type of glue they got?
I don't know. I thought it was blue. I saw them using it.
it's
It was
Gorilla
blue.
Glue,
Some blue shit.
It's probably made in China.
Panda glue.
Blue
You
Magic.
think it made in China? You think it made in USA?
I got pee already.
Yeah,
Dude.
go ahead, dude.
Weak bladder.
We'll talk shit about you while you're gone.
Yeah, hell yeah. So,
You are a good-looking gentleman. So fuck Bradley.
yeah. fuck the earth. Fuck Bradley. You know what I'm saying?
I love
This
this.
list is
podcast.
getting longer.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I know you know what I'm saying, bro.
So I want to know what Bradley thinks about transgenders, like competing in sports.
Oh, did you watch the rest of the South
Nah,
Park?
I'm halfway through it. It's fantastic. Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit was so funny, man.
I want Trey Parker and the other guy to go on Rogan
I want Trey Parker and Matt Stone to come here.
to do our podcast.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just like it is right now.
That would be awesome.
Blue painters tape and all.
Yeah.
You know what?
Professional.
I know for a fact, though, that in their heart of hearts, they'd respect it.
Oh, for sure, because that's what they came
motherfuckers
from.
started with construction paper, dude.
Did they?
They were literally taking construction paper and cutting out the shapes of the guys.
That's why they look like that?
That's why they look so bad. And they would take a picture of it, move them, and they had like 3 different cutouts for mouths. Closed, kind of open, open, and closed again, and a frowny face or some shit. And they would have to swap it out. And that's why the talking was like a triangle, close, triangle,
Yeah.
close.
Like, fuck your fucking face, Uncle Fuck Out.
Yeah.
Those two guys, that's what
The
they look
flapping-
like.
Those Canadians with their flapping heads and their beady little eyes.
Yeah, that's what they look like. They look like cardboard cutouts.
Well, that's what they all were. And they literally would do it frame by frame with a camera. Take a picture, move them a little bit, take a picture, move it a little bit.
Oh my god.
Dude, painstaking. And then the thing I love the most about this show is ever since the first episode, they wait to the week before to write it and make it. Every single episode is done a week before it airs. The last one, every single one you've ever seen.
South Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
And dude, there's a documentary.
the first couple seasons,
I know.
or the first.
Maybe the first.
The
but-
first season was all cardboard. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But like, there's
I mean,
a documentary
construction.
called
Oh,
6
so their
Days
first
to Air.
season was all construction paper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
by,
shit.
Yes.
By hand.
By hand.
Wow.
And so, watch the documentary 6 Days to Air. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Is it on Netflix?
I think so. Maybe
I
not. I don't know.
definitely wanna see
But
that.
Bill Heater. You remember Bill? He was in Superbad and he was the other cop with
Bill Hader.
Hader.
And Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
was a
good.
writer for South Park forever.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's in that documentary.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's hilarious,
a funny-ass dude. Yeah, that new episode of South Park is like transgenders competing in.
Yeah.
Have you
Sports.
seen it yet?
I haven't watched South Park in a dog's age.
It's
but-
Let me
So
tell you,
good,
dude.
dude.
So the new season has literally been fucking a home run every time.
episode.
Every episode's been a home run. They did China, they did veganism. The first episode, mandatory vaccinations. Like they did
yeah,
all
where they
of
had
it,
all the
bro.
Mexicans in the camp, and it was
The-
like
yeah,
a veterinary
ICE
hospital.
Yeah,
Dude, they had all the immigrants, but they were like dogs they were getting from the vet.
my favorite part about South Park is that they obviously hate both parties.
Yeah,
They can't stand either one.
I thought they were Canadian.
Yeah.
I
no,
thought
they're
the
from
guys,
Colorado.
I thought the guys who made it were Canadian for the
No.
longest time, dude.
No, dude, they're from Colorado.
Wow,
Legit.
They're both worth $500 million a piece.
Oh,
They're worth $1
guaranteed.
billion combined. We looked it up the other day.
All right, so it's on. You can rent it on Prime. You can rent it on
Fuck
Vudu.
Amazon Prime. Let me just say that, and I mean that.
Why?
Because they
That's
don't
crazy.
have shit on that motherfucker,
Bro,
bro. You gotta
you're
buy,
crazy.
You gotta buy everything.
They
Watch
have
Jack Ryan.
You're crazy.
Watch it.
They have so much shit on Prime.
Watch Man in the High
Oh my
Castle.
God.
I've
4
seen it.
seasons. No, you ain't seen the 4th.
Oh my
you ain't seen
God,
the 4th
bro.
because it came out
There's,
today.
dude, there's not shit on that
That's true.
motherfucker,
2
bro.
You're
seasons of
crazy,
Jack
bro.
You
Ryan.
gotta
dude.
buy everything that's
I was
worth a
binging,
fuck.
bro. I was
Hey.
just binging Night Gallery.
Hey.
the other
I
night.
don't even know what that
Oh
is.
Hey.
my god.
I don't like your attitude.
Okay, let me tell you why I say
crazy.
that.
Oh wait, so fuck the Earth,
She's
fuck
listening,
Bradley,
dude.
and fuck Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
If we added that.
That's not accurate.
Dude, so everything I go to watch on Amazon Prime, it wants me to pay $4.99 for it. Let me put
Like
it that way.
what? Like what are you trying to
'Cause it's
watch?
too new.
Everything that's worth a fuck.
Watch an
Oh my
oldie.
God.
It's like
Yeah.
Even the
$1.99.
even some old
Bro,
movies.
they
Click
have so
purchase
many-
options. Click more
Okay.
purchase options, more, and it'll be $1.99 for standard definition.
So many good shows, bro. I started binging The Mentalist.
Never heard of it.
I heard of it, never watched it. though.
I'll be real
So
with
good.
you. I don't
Is
remember.
it?
The only thing I've seen on
Very
Amazon
good.
Prime that's worth the fuck is Goliath.
Goliath was really good.
And only the first season.
Wow, bro, you can watch all of like Animal Kingdom, Vikings.
I've never seen Vikings. I've never
That's-
heard of
I
Animal
knew
Kingdom.
I knew you had a fucking problem, and now I know what it is. You
I've
ain't
never,
seen Vikings.
I've never heard
I've
of
never
Animal
seen it
Kingdom.
either.
Really?
I've
Never
never.
seen
Holy
Vikings.
shit!
I've heard it's
that
badass.
shit is amazing.
I've heard it's badass.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom too. That's a banger.
What's Animal Kingdom?
Can
about?
can we just for a brief second talk about the disappointment of which was Game of Thrones?
We
Jesus
could, yeah,
Christ.
we
Dude.
can, yeah.
It was just the last episode.
No, it's the
no,
last
it's
season.
the whole season.
What?
It was the
it, you
whole
think?
fucking
Look,
season.
this is what
bro.
I'm gonna say about that. Right. First of all, it was only what 6 episodes,
Something like that.
and they were long.
Trash.
they were long.
Here's the thing: like, I don't even really have a problem with anywhere the story went, other than Bran. But like,
Gay. Can I just say that?
I'm
Gay.
just saying no. So here's what it should have been. It should have been 2 full-length seasons. Like the first 3 episodes leading up to and the battle with the White Walkers should have been a whole fucking season.
They should have just
Dude,
ended it after the White Walker battle.
anticlimactic, though.
Yeah.
Like, they did not do that
Yeah.
well at all.
What? What do
The,
they?
the battle with the White Walker.
I thought it was dope.
I thought it was a
wasn't-
dope
I thought it
episode.
was dope.
It was a cool episode.
But it was missing, for me, it was missing something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was missing.
I thought
but
it was cool
missing
how
it.
they killed the king, the Ice King dude.
That was bad.
I thought that was
Yeah,
sick how
that
he
was
drops the
badass.
thing and she's.
I think. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
cool when I watched
Yeah.
it. I think maybe the knee-jerk reaction was that people were mad that you didn't see Jon Snow and the guy like fucking duke it out.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so. I mean,
You know,
That's
he,
what anticlimactic.
He kind of
is.
went to the wayside.
Yeah.
If you.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like I said, I'm
Weird.
going back to Bran. Here's my fucking
Fuck
problem.
Bran.
Bran didn't do anything. They had 3 fucking seasons where the only thing he was doing was being set up as the one-eyed raven. He
Yeah.
could warg the whole fucking time. I'm like, when are you gonna fucking warg into a dragon, bro? When are you gonna warg into
Yeah.
a dragon?
Yeah.
That never fucking happened. literally, he spent the whole season as the 2 seasons as the three-eyed raven, but did nothing except look back in time and found out about Jon Snow's heritage.
Right. That was it.
And so he did nothing, and then 5 minutes before the last fucking episode ends, everybody's like, how about Tyrion, who's been there the whole time, been more of a survivor and knows more about shit than anybody else, and he comes and he says, well, I can't think of a better king than the fucking socially inept, crippled telepath right here.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Oh, what fucking sense does that make?
Should have been.
Should have said, I'm a midget and I run shit.
He
bitch.
should have been the king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyrion
I like
should have been the
Tyrion,
king.
bro.
Yeah,
I
he
like
was
Tyrion.
awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I thought that was fucking crazy how they made the dude in the wheelchair king.
And
Just saying.
another one. So,
He's pissed.
yeah.
He's
All right,
mad.
so look. So
Yeah.
Jon Snow kills Dany, right? And
Who, the dragon lady?
right.
Yeah.
So he kills Dany, and then Grey Worm, the leader of her army, he's pissed, and he wants Jon Snow to die, and they all come together, and they're like, look. We're not going to kill Jon Snow. But if it's cool with you, we're just going to send him back to the wall. And so everybody agrees that Jon Snow goes to the wall, right? And then you see Grey Worm and the army leaving, and they still send Jon Snow to the wall.
Without avenging his queen's death.
Yeah.
Well, no,
That's some bullshit.
in his mind, the avenging part was Jon Snow was go to the wall, but then they leave. Why wouldn't the whole family be like, all right, cool, he's gone, Jon, we're playing around, you don't have to go?
Exactly. I had the same thought.
Like, why if you were him would you still be like, yeah, fuck it, just let me go and exile myself?
Yeah, he hated the wall.
I
Yeah,
mean, what?
everybody
the
hates
fuck?
the wall.
Yeah, that's some fuck that show.
Can we acknowledge
The
how-
whole thing, all 8 seasons.
Can we
fuck it all.
acknowledge how
Add it to the fucking list. Okay.
how pretty much the wall worked the whole time? So
I mean, yeah, the Night's Watch. Yeah, I mean, wow.
We need a wall around New Mexico.
Wow.
hey, look,
He don't really want a wall.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's so fucking
It
funny
took me a
about
minute.
it.
I was like, oh.
So,
Full circle. Gotcha.
so what do y'all think happened to Jeffrey Epstein before we get too lost in the sauce?
So look, Alex from work.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
we know Alex.
Oh yeah,
Alex, I'm pretty sure we talked about this like the day after like it happened.
Yeah.
He's pretty sure that Epstein is alive. And the whole shit was a cover up by the elites to get Epstein out of the fucking mix because of all the knowledge he has.
But if they wanted to get him out of the mix, just kill him.
Well, yeah, but I
dead
mean,
men can't talk, bro. Dead men tell no
I
tales.
I agree. I definitely think that I think it's fucking obvious that, the guards were paid to kill him.
Or to turn their head.
Turn the cameras off. Well, I think it's a little riskier than that to like have them turn their heads and like send someone
But
into the
didn't the
facility
cameras
unnoticed.
malfunction?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
Yeah.
they got paid to malfunction the cameras and to do
Kill
it
'em.
themselves.
Yeah.
To kill him, yeah.
All right, it's possible, though, that...
Like Hillary Clinton didn't walk in there and kill the guy.
Oh, absolutely not. Just like she didn't go to fucking Bangladesh or wherever the fuck that shit was and kill all those fucking people either.
You're talking about in
Benghazi?
Yeah,
Libya.
Bangladesh.
She didn't walk over there and kill all those motherfuckers either.
Well,
But
no,
here's
she was just the reason why they all died because she didn't approve the air support.
yeah, fuck her.
Her
Add her to the
inaction.
list. Fuck her
Yeah.
too.
By
But-
the way, I have never, I don't think, seen a movie that I could endlessly watch 13 hours.
shit was
I literally,
badass.
when it was done, I
Play
was
it
like,
on repeat.
"Where's my fucking gun?
Yeah.
I want to go help."
I love that
You
movie.
know?
You want me to tell you
Yeah.
something about
Love
that
that
movie?
movie.
Such a good movie.
You want me to tell you something?
We watched
You want
it
me
in
to tell
the
you why
theaters.
you felt like that?
Tell me.
Why?
Propaganda.
Of course.
It's propaganda.
You know what I feel like is riddled in propaganda?
American Sniper.
Yes.
Oh,
Riddled
yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
That shit'll make you want to join the fucking Marines.
Remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
it was over and literally nobody moved?
Nobody made a sound.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like the credits were rolling and it's a packed theater and nobody's moving, bro. Because the very
That's
last
giving
thing
me
you see
chills.
is the real footage of his
funeral. Yeah.
procession.
I saw it with
the
you.
worst part.
I saw it with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And then I went back and saw it again.
Yeah.
And people
Same.
applauded the entire time the credits were rolling. The whole movie theater applauded.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it, like a guy died for his country and something that he believed in, like eventually
He didn't die for his country?
Eventually, it killed him. Eventually, what he went over there and did and fought for freedom eventually killed him.
But our freedom wasn't hiding in the goddamn
my
desert in
God.
Iraq, bro.
Yeah.
That's the propaganda.
No, I understand, but
You know
he
what I
thought,
mean?
I
In
think
his
in his
head,
mind,
in
he
his
thought
mind.
he was fighting
Yeah.
for our freedom.
Oh, sure.
Which fucked his head up, which made him in turn want to help other people whose heads were fucked up, which in turn fucking killed him.
That's
you understand
a
what I'm
fucking-
saying?
That's a roundabout. I mean,
He would have never, dude, he would have never been there.
I mean, yeah.
Had he not been there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, okay.
The guy,
That's like
that
saying like the guy who got killed by the drunk driver it never would have happened if he didn't get his fucking driver's license.
the guy who killed American Sniper dude would have never killed him had he not went over to Iraq.
I mean, I agree. I'm saying there was.
I'm just talking about PTSD.
Yeah,
And,
I
and the
know.
violence and shit that come behind it. But I'm saying like American Sniper, 13 hours, fucking propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that is. That's why we feel the way we feel when we watch it. Like we want to defend our country over some shit that might not even be real.
You want to know what
Or
looks
true.
good? The new Clint Eastwood movie coming out, Richard Jewell.
I'm not ever watching
I
a
haven't
Clint
seen
Eastwood
that.
movie again.
Bro.
Ever. Fuck Clint
What's that
Eastwood.
Clint
Add him
Eastwood
to the
movie?
list.
That
Add him
Clint
to the
Eastwood
list.
movie where he's old as fuck.
The Mule.
Yeah,
That was the
that's
last
a
one.
Good movie.
Is it?
I watched
It's
the.
a great movie.
I started watching it. I didn't get through it.
It's a good movie.
I forget what I watched by
It's
Clint
like
Eastwood,
it's
and I
got
was like,
some
oh my god, it's
Gran
terrible.
Torino-esque shit
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it,
exactly.
know, but it's different
Yeah.
because
Well-
he's like not a badass.
Richard
really.
Jewell is a true story. Y'all know who Richard Jewell is? The guy that they thought was. So in '96, the Summer Olympics were held in Atlanta, Georgia. I remember watching this shit happen on TV when I was a kid, and they have a Centennial Park, like in Atlanta. It was like a big quad, all these people, and it got fucking bombed.
Oh
Did
yeah,
get bombed.
It got
Yeah.
bombed, and Richard Jewell was like a security
I
guard. or
remember
something.
that name now.
And
yeah.
they fucking everybody thought it was him, and like they
Yes.
fucking pinned it on him.
yeah.
Clint Eastwood made a movie about that.
No
coming out
shit.
soon. Yeah, I think in like December. I think it looks really cool.
I just like how he threatened Michael Moore kind of on TV.
Who did?
well, yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
I mean, forever a badass.
He threatened him, like legit threatened, told him he'd kill him if he ever showed up to his door or some shit like that. Because you know how Michael Moore, the bitch ass, he'll show up at doors and knock on them and be like, why do you
Yeah,
fucking
but
catch
it
you off
sucks
guard.
because when you think about it, Clint Eastwood has fallen into the trap that they've set for everybody in this country. Is what he's
Yeah.
done. That's what he's done by
With-
like getting
with
up and
American
talking shit about
Sniper.
Obama and shit like he did. Like he got up and talked shit about Obama, but it made no sense because he's old as fuck.
But in his, probably
Okay,
in his
boomer.
mind,
I'm just saying, dude.
probably in his mind though, he's like, literally everyone in Hollywood is a leftist.
Yeah.
I'm not.
In
Yeah.
his mind, yeah.
Let me fucking voice that.
Yeah.
Because, but here's my thing. Get off. I don't care what your political affiliation is. Dance, motherfucker, and entertain me. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear, I don't want you to lecture me on who I should vote for. Or
oh,
whatever.
right.
I really don't want to hear that.
But they're
make
using-
Unforgiven 2 and shut up.
yeah.
They're using
For real.
Basically.
they're
Yeah,
using their
basically.
fame
agree.
to try to sway people.
Well, you know what? It's even worse when they are, because Clint Eastwood was the mayor of Carmel for a long time.
Yeah.
It's even worse when they like dip their toes in legit politics, and it's not like a train wreck. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the exception to the rule. Like that, he was the motherfucking governor, and you don't hear him coming out all loud and shit about who we should vote
No.
for and what we should think. Like he was like, "Look, I did my time.
I'm done.
You know what? Yeah, like there's always going to be another Terminator movie to be made, and I'll just
Basically.
stick to that. And I
Basically.
like that.
Well, he's an immigrant from Austria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's Austrian.
I mean, he couldn't be president, but like
No.
the point is, he never wanted to be.
Yeah.
He thought he could do some good in because in California there was it was like it was Gray something, I can't remember the governor's name, but it was like an election, and it was an election, and he was like the governor for a real short time, and they did like a recall. I can't remember if it had to do with a scandal or something, but it was like a real impromptu election, and Schwarzenegger was like, well, I'll do it. And everyone, it was like fucking the prelude to the Trump era, where it was just like everyone's like, I don't
Not
know, Arnold
really, because
Schwarzenegger.
Reagan was the Gipper.
That's true.
He was an actor, then the governor of California.
Yeah, but
and
he had
then the
not
president.
been an actor. He had not been an actor for a very long time.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like, he had been in legit politics for a while.
Yeah.
Reagan was a veteran too.
Same
isn't he?
thing, though.
Didn't he
Probably.
fight?
Yeah,
didn't he?
Reagan was a veteran.
Everyone up until I think either Bush Jr. or Obama was a veteran.
I
Yeah.
personally think that should be a
Prerequisite.
prerequisite.
How are you going to be the commander in chief and you never? served
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
military?
And I'm not saying you got to see combat, but you need to know like the ins and outs and the inner workings
Yeah.
of like the ranking and the
sure.
structure. Yeah,
For sure.
I feel like you need to have knowledge of that, working knowledge of that.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
What's crazy to me is like since Mad Dog Mattis went against the status quo,
Yeah.
Trump tried to dog him out, and a bunch of Marines were like, "No, you're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mad Dog is the shit, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna dog him out.
Highly revered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a badass.
See, the thing that scares me about the whole propaganda shit is I'm watching World War II in color. Have you seen that yet?
Nah,
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's scary as fuck because it's showing how the Nazis use propaganda to sway the whole country
Yo.
to mass suicide or mass
Speaking of that,
genocide.
have y'all watched Watchmen on
nah,
HBO?
but I do like the movie though.
Look, so all right, so let me give you a little heads up. So Watchmen is actually based on the original graphic novel, and there weren't really too many differences, but it takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 30 years after the events of the movie or graphic novel, right?
Okay.
So,
Are you talking about the bombing of Tulsa?
well, so that is a critical moment. Yeah, that's a critical.
That was fucked.
The bombing of Black Wall Street
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a lot to do with it. But
So what is that?
well,
You
look,
never heard about that?
I don't think so.
So
Let
in the,
him-
yeah, in the 1920s, there was a really affluent part of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they called it Black Wall Street. It was so out of the ordinary that all these black people were
They were killing it, bro.
Successful business owners and entrepreneurs,
Like, legit killing
and
it.
stuff like to the point where like you don't see stuff like that even to this day. And in one day's time, the KKK and other white supremacists came, bombed everything,
Air raided it, dude.
air raid, yeah,
Yeah.
with like the biplanes with propellers like that in the 1920s.
Like crop dusters with bombs
How'd
on
they
them.
have all that shit?
They made it.
Right, I mean,
They were
it's
farmers. They had
farmland.
They had planes.
Yeah.
They just needed
Damn.
bombs, so they
Holy
made bombs.
shit, dude.
So in the
Because they
show,
hated black people?
Yes.
Holy shit.
in the show, so that was in the 1920s. There was a kid who was a survivor. He grows up. He goes to war, World War II, in Germany. And there's a scene at like the beginning of the second episode, and it's crazy. And I have to believe that this actually happened. Like, it makes so much sense. You see a German at a typewriter, and he starts writing this letter, I guess, and it's directly to the black American soldiers. And it's this letter, and the German's like, let me ask you a question. Like, what are you fighting for? Like, do you have the same, like, are you able to sit on the same bus next to a white person? Like, are you able to sit in the same section of a restaurant? And they're like, these are just questions we want you to ask before you start killing us. Like, maybe we're trying to get for you what you want. And what they did was they made thousands upon thousands of copies. And they fucking, like, the next scene you see is a whole platoon of black GIs walking, and you just see these letters falling from the fucking sky.
Yep.
And I was like, damn. I watched it with one of my friends, and I was like, I bet they really did that.
They did.
You know? Yeah. I was like, amazed by how kind of smart that was, because it got a couple of them soldiers being like, yeah, what the fuck
They
are we
probably
fighting
almost
for?
a lot of them already probably felt like that to begin with. So
Yeah,
it
I mean, you got to figure the
solidified.
draft. You know what I mean? Like,
That's why Muhammad Ali he dodged the draft, because he was like, I'm not going to fight for a country that hates me.
yeah, and that was 30 plus years later.
Yeah, I know.
Or 25 years later in Vietnam. Yeah, dodged the
crazy,
draft.
dude.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, man, draft dodgers. Sometimes I'm like, man, just do it for your country. And then other times it's like, you
Yeah,
think
but
about
what's the war for?
what's the war for exactly?
Vietnam was started on a false flag, bro.
Yeah.
The Gulf of Tonkin, they declassified it.
Yeah.
It didn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
Why would they declassify that if they knew it was going to implicate
Who
the
fucking
government?
knows?
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's so
time.
When did
They
they?
just-
Like
time
everything
goes
gets
by and everything gets
declassified after a
declassified.
certain amount of time. Yeah, and also you got to figure, if it's not detrimental to the status quo now, who cares?
Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
If it would have came out in 72,
Well,
Would've been a
yeah,
big deal.
yeah, exactly.
A big deal.
Damn, what if you could go back in time and release that information in 72? What the fuck do you think? How
I
do
would
you
go
think
back
that
in
would...
time and release that information in 58?
All right, what if you did that?
Before it even started.
Yeah, what if you did that and then you were like, hey, but this might have never happened if you'd have done that. But what if you were like, all right, so this is what's going on. That shit's fake. You motherfuckers are going to war for nothing. And also, in 2001, they're going to bomb the World Trade Centers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what if you would have done that, went back in time and released that Vietnam
Well, you
wasn't
gotta
real,
think-
and
you
then
gotta-
the trade centers would have never happened?
So look at this.
What would it have changed?
Look at it this
Everything.
way. Yeah, so butterfly effect.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not a huge expert on like Vietnam era politics and stuff, but I know that like there never would have been a Watergate scandal if
Nope.
Vietnam didn't
Nope.
happen, and that was a huge point in our country's history. You know what I mean? So
First time a president resigned.
yeah, so Nixon may not have ever been elected, or he may have been the president 2 full terms.
Damn,
you know?
it's crazy.
JFK may have never been elected.
What if
You know?
if like 50 years from now they released that the World Trade Centers was a conspiracy? They
I mean,
declassify shit.
Just think about it this way. You know what I mean? The country was we declared.
Hey, I love you guys, but I gotta go.
Is it
Oh,
9,
I
dude?
love
No, but
Yeah.
we ain't it.
We need you more.
We-
We need you more.
I'm going 30 minutes away to eat. So she's going to wait on me for 30 minutes.
Let me talk
Get
to her.
there. No,
Let me speak to her.
you ain't speaking to Wawa.
My wife.
What if? Well,
But I
thanks,
love y'all.
thanks for being on the podcast.
I love you.
Yeah, man, I'm glad.
Lock that bottom,
The thing?
the thing.
I love you.
Can you do
more.
that?
More.
Can you tell the people bye? Don't be rude. Tell the people bye.
Peace.
Bye now.
So if we went back in time and told and said that,
Look at it this way. Let me just. This was the thought I was gonna say. If we declared independence in '76, Constitution ratified in the 1780s, like we were a country.
Like 89.
Right, 1789, we were the United States of America. 1789, it's almost 2020 now. 50 years, like people forget so quick in 50 years in this country. You know what I mean? Like stuff happens and it's almost like 20 years later, people don't even think about it. Like people barely even talk about 9/11 these days. Like the only like repercussions from 9/11 that people are still thinking about is like, you know, in September 10th, 2001, people didn't have the disgust for Middle Easterners like they do
no,
the very next day.
no.
You know what I mean? So like that was the divide that is still, you know, and I gotta say, you know, I'm not blaming Trump for this, because like all I ever really hear is his disdain for Mexicans and Hispanics. I don't really hear, you know, but like if we had someone that wasn't as I hate to use the word outspoken because a lot of times it's a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, if we had somebody who cared more about bringing people together, you know what I mean? Maybe that racial divide that began after 9/11, maybe that would have kind of gotten closed. And I think that had been starting to happen, you know. But like, the fact is Trump is a fucking Zionist, you know. Like Trump only cares about his sect of people, and that's not Americans. That's white rich people.
Yeah.
You know? And like the fact is that like obviously not all Middle Easterners who live in this country are Americans. That's just a fact that, you know what I mean? A lot of them may be here illegally, and that is its own issue. But like the fact is that like if they're trying to make a better life for themselves here and they're not hurting anyone, there's no need, you know, like there's like, you didn't hear about ICE raids like you did after 01 or even since Trump. You know what I mean? Like Trump and ICE are like this now. You know, you didn't hear about shit like that.
Yeah, but you're saying like you didn't hear about it. That doesn't mean it wasn't happening this
Well,
entire
that's
time.
that's a cop out. That's a bullshit excuse. Gee,
I'm
you're
not
right.
making an excuse.
No, I know. I'm saying you're right.
I'm just telling you, just because we're not hearing about something doesn't mean it's not happening.
Right.
That's what
true.
I'm telling you.
That's true.
Just
And
because the
maybe people
media,
didn't care enough.
just because now the media wants you to know about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't mean it wasn't happening during Obama. I'm just saying,
That's
like,
true. Oh,
the
I believe it was
media-
happening during Obama.
Well, yeah, but like you hear a lot more about it now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and I agree with you that like he does say a lot of divisive shit.
Yeah.
Which is not fucking cool.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not cool. It's not good for this country.
So we can say it's not cool. Like, I don't believe it's cool. You know what I mean? But, like, what I personally believe has no effect on whether it's good for the country or not, which clearly it isn't. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I try to take my personal opinion out of these things because opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one. What I try to do is when I form an opinion about stuff like this, I try and see, like, what's best for the country and our people as a whole.
Right.
And I try to see if my personal opinion lines up with that after the fact.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I don't believe in Trump. I don't like him. And the fundamental thing is not necessarily one of his policies or another. It's not necessarily his attitude towards women or foreigners. It's not necessarily any of that. It's, do I believe that he's good for this country as a whole and good for its people? And, you know, based on the division, at the very least, that's one of many reasons. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's good for this country.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, I look at my paychecks now that I'm getting adult paychecks. You know what I mean? Like, I look, because, you know, I wasn't before. I was just making restaurant money. But, like, I get a paycheck now, you know, and me and you, we talk about this. Like, well, you know, da-da-da, Trump this, Bernie this, but, like, look at your paychecks, you know?
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, damn, you know what? Like, that sucks. But, like, it almost drives me to do, like, I you know what I do. Like, I have a job where the better I do, the more I get paid.
Right.
So, like, as far as I'm concerned, that's just an excuse for me to do better.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
You know?
That's like a good, positive
Yeah.
way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, work an extra hour and then help somebody a little bit.
But see, the thing is, I don't have to work extra.
I'm saying, but for me,
Right.
work an extra hour
Right.
and get that extra money
Yeah.
so your paycheck will be the same, but you maybe had to stay another hour
Well,
and help somebody else. Like,
see, in a situation like that, and obviously it's easy for me to say because I'm not in that situation, but to me, in my opinion, instead of working that extra hour, just do better and get a raise.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's harder to
And-
get a raise
right,
when
and I know.
when your establishment is getting taxed more.
Right, exactly. And I know, like I said, it's easy for me.
Unfortunately.
It's easy for me to say, especially when I'm not living it.
I mean, I'm going to change this camera angle so it's just on me and you.
Yeah.
I think everybody's like opinion kind of shapes the way they look at things politically too.
For sure.
I mean, your environment that you're raised in is can have something to do with the way you look at things politically, kind of. You know what I mean?
Well, like, for instance, like, the environment that I was raised in was, like, staunchly Republican. You know? Like, I've always been a Republican.
Yeah, and it probably has an effect on the way you look at things.
Well, so, like,
I'm not saying you're going to be how you're raised.
Like, I'm registered Republican because when I was 18, I, like, wasn't smart enough at that point to have my own opinions. So, like, I thought at the time that I believed in what my parents believed.
Right.
Because
that's your default.
Right, exactly. That's my default. Right. But now I've kind of lived a little bit, and I've seen, you know, I've been able to make that decision about, like, what it is I believe and what it is I don't believe in.
Right.
And like, at the end of the day, the reason why I root for Bernie is because, and maybe this is an uneducated or uninformed view of things, but, like, I literally base it off of, like, an umbrella of common sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, specific details aside, like when we get closer to election time, I can look into that, you know what I mean? But like, I hear the man speak and I hear others speak, and this is the only one who, you know, at the end of the day, after everything that's said, it's how he says it.
He makes the most sense to you.
He makes the most sense to me, and he talks as if, you know, like he's the only one, you know, and I don't care if people think that every politician is a liar. He's the best. If that's the case, he's the best one because he's the only one that I believe when he says something.
Right.
You know,
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you kind of have to base
yeah,
your vote on what you think, like
Yeah.
what you feel in your heart is right.
yeah,
I think that's cool. I think us like immediately disqualifying somebody because of who they vote for or their opinions is
Yeah.
a huge mistake.
Well,
Like,
it
just
is.
because you think something that I don't agree with or you think something that I think is fucking stupid.
Well, look at Jeff.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff's one of my good friends.
I think the way the media and social media portrays us as America is not really reality, for the most part.
No, but it's like how we're portrayed to other countries. It's like all they see is like the greatest hits of like blunders,
Like social
fails.
media.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have history. You know, like we're the only country that doesn't believe that we're the bad guy in our own story. But like you read a book, you know, you got
Every country believes
Native
that,
Americans.
bro. Every
yeah,
country
I'm
believes
just
that.
saying. Yeah, and I mean, like sometimes, like I read about stuff, and I'm just like, damn. Well, of course they do.
Well,
of
no-
course we're the bad guy.
Well, no country believes they're the bad guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure the Germans understand where things went wrong in.
Yeah, but they don't think they're the bad
30s.
guy now.
I think they do.
I don't think so. I mean, I think they thought that they were bad,
Oh, not currently.
but not
no,
now.
Not
I don't
currently.
think they think they're the bad guy.
No, I
Yeah,
think
they
that
know they fucked up.
Yeah, I think there was a stretch of time where they understood where they fucked up.
Yeah. What's crazy is like I watched this documentary. You would love this. You probably seen it though. It's The
What?
Devil Next Door. Have you seen it yet?
It's
It's about Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah, I binged that in a day and a half.
Bro, me too.
Yeah.
How good was that?
It was really cool.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And it ended up not being him. But he did end up being a concentration camp.
Yeah,
leader.
you know, the way that
What do you think?
ended,
What do you think happened? Like, I mean, do you think
it was just weird. You know, it was
you think
weird.
he was Ivan the Terrible? Because they kind of proved he wasn't, but then they proved that he was also a Nazi.
Yeah, but like all the merits of them proving it wasn't him, you know, they did just as good a job by like proving it was him
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You know,
the eye
and
color fucked me up.
and then you got different stuff. Well, first of all, they're all black and white pictures.
Yeah, but they knew his eyes were brown, though.
Yeah.
They knew from looking at it.
And you got like it's like you wonder where. So like first of all, you know, so like it's been proven that eyewitness testimony is for the most part not
Especially
reliable.
when you're in a concentration camp under that much duress.
Well, what I'm saying is the opposite of what I think the point you're trying to make is even as unreliable as that is, if you were in a concentration camp, like, because like they saw, it's like every one of them saw him and was like, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him. Like the guys was like, I'll never forget his face till the day I die. And part of that's like, man, that's pretty.
It's pretty powerful.
That's pretty sturdy
It's
testimony.
powerful, but it's also like there's probably people who look like
Yeah.
alike.
And you
especially
figure
when
that-
they're Nazis, you probably see them and they probably pretty much all look the same.
And that all started in like the late 80s, right? So I mean that's
was 30, 40 years.
It was like
Yeah.
40 years later.
yeah.
But and then there was like I remember watching it, I can't remember exactly, but I remember like the picture and the staple holes.
Yeah.
But there
Sketchy.
weren't any holes. Like it was
Sketchy.
a copy of a
Mhm.
picture. And then the shit came from Moscow. And like that was still Cold War era. You know, like what are they doing helping? Like, can we trust this information? You know, and that was just like a fucking wild card thrown in the mix.
Yeah, well,
It
you know
was-
what I thought the most powerful part of the documentary was, other than the pictures of the Holocaust and the little kids' shoes piled up in the bodies.
Yeah.
Other than that, that was terrible to watch, and it about made me fucking cry
Yeah.
sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
But the part where he's like, it's towards the end of the documentary, and the Russians had let them go into their files and figure out that like that wasn't Ivan the Terrible or whatever. And the Russian was like, yeah, I understand why you need these files. He was like, but in Israel, you should believe your own people.
No
when he
shit.
said that, I was like, he was like, but you should believe the prisoners. He was like, you don't need this.
Yeah.
You believe them
Yeah.
in your country. And when I heard that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking...
That's powerful.
Yeah, that was powerful. And then
Yeah.
it made me think that one Jewish guy that was the defense attorney for him, the real sleazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, what a piece of shit.
Yeah. How reviled do you think that man to this day still is?
He's riding around his Ferrari and
But
shit.
look, it's like obviously they don't have the kind of government that we have. But like
it seemed like they kind of did though.
It did.
It
But like
kinda
in
seemed-
this country, I remember watching it the whole time and being like, man, like, because somebody was like, even his own mother wouldn't speak to him. And I was like, man, I get that. But like in this country, everyone has the right to a defense.
Right.
You know
and
what I
most defense attorneys are chomping at the bit to
For sure.
to defend somebody like that.
Well,
Because they were like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Like they want to get him off.
Well, that's one thing. Yeah. But especially OJ because of his money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like the
his
defense.
fame.
Right.
too.
But like, so this guy who was a fucking retired Ford worker in Cleveland
Didn't have the money, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what really is this guy doing this for other than probably like the book rights, which he wrote and got money off of?
Right.
But he seemed like he was probably already doing all right before this
he was.
whole thing happened.
Yeah, he was whipping that Porsche around.
Yeah.
He just had that smirk.
He really
that
did.
shit-eating
Like, bro, he
grin
had
on his
that.
face.
He had the cufflinks.
Yeah, he was.
Whenever I see
he was
real
sleazy.
nice looking cufflinks on a motherfucker, and they got like the cuffs.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I do too.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah,
it's sick.
He had like crazy socks.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he had it going on.
Got a little bit of style too.
Yeah, he had it going on, but he was super sleazeball.
He was sleazy as hell.
He got fucked up by that one guy though when he fucked his eye up.
Yeah.
What did he do to him? Because it was saying, remember how the one guy fucked his eye?
Oh,
what did he do? I couldn't.
Bro threw acid in the dude's face.
Acid. Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't understand.
And I'm like, bro, they hate you.
Hated him
in court.
dude.
They're throwing ass like some Batman Two-Face shit.
But if you think about it, like Holocaust, one of the worst things that ever happened in the world, and you're going to defend a man who put hundreds of thousands of your people to death.
And they say he enjoyed it. Like, that's why they wanted to get it, because like he like enjoyed. You know, he was terrible. Ivan the Terrible.
But here's my thing. Even if he wasn't Ivan the Terrible, still should have got the same sentence Ivan the Terrible should have got. They're all equally
they're
as
all
bad.
culpable. Yeah,
to
they're
me,
all
like
culpable.
all Nazis are equally as bad.
Yeah.
So like if you're a Nazi and they know you're a Nazi, same fucking sentence. You get hung in the fucking middle of the fucking town square.
Agreed. In Israel.
In Israel, you get fucking hung.
Yeah.
Like Ivan the Terrible or not. That's what I couldn't understand. Like, what's the big deal about
And
proving who
what
he
did they
is?
give him?
Like 10 he died. Remember, he died when he was like 91.
Oh yeah.
The motherfucker died before he got sentenced. So he actually died an innocent man because he wasn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they didn't finish the trial.
Yeah.
Because he was extradited back to America, and we were going to prosecute him here.
Yeah. Like why?
Just to prove a point that we're not going to let that shit go.
Like it's above us. I watched
They
the movie
should have
last
convicted
year.
him in Israel, bro. They should have convicted and hung that motherfucker in Israel with no appeal. If you're a Nazi, dude, you shouldn't get any of those rights. Like, I just don't think that you should get the rights.
I watched the movie, and they referenced this in the documentary. But I watched this movie, Operation Finale, last year.
What's that?
So it says, 15 years after the end of World War II, a team of top-secret Israeli agents traveled to Argentina to track down
the Nazis.
Adolf Eichmann, who was the mastermind behind the transportation logistics that brought millions. And I remember a line in that documentary where they referenced him going to Argentina. Like, that was a safe haven. Like,
You
a
talking
lot of
about Ivan the Terrible?
Well, no, not necessarily. Like, they thought maybe the real Ivan the Terrible went to Argentina because, like, Argentina back in the day was like a safe haven.
Right.
Like, a lot
still
of Nazis.
There still is Germans.
Yeah.
Maybe not Nazis, but but the children of Nazis still
Oh,
live in
for
Argentina.
sure. Yeah, for
they
sure.
have little
They started
German
families
towns.
and stuff. Yeah.
they have little, just like fully German fucking towns.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
some of
crazy
them
when you
dudes.
think about, man, what was I watching or something? It was all about, I read something where it was talking about, it's all about the perspective, it's like the fluidity of good and evil, you know? So, and like the example used in this, whatever it was I read, I can't remember, it was real recent, is like Werner von Braun, who was the Nazi scientist.
NASA.
Right. And so he escaped to the U.S.
And became a hero.
And, right, exactly. So, like...
He did what we needed him to do, so we made him out to be a fucking hero,
so
not
he was
a war
bad guy.
criminal.
Right, so he was a bad guy because he was a Nazi? Yes.
Terrible.
But did he do good? Like, he converted the Nazi rocket program, and, like, they fucking based NASA around that.
He helped America, so America helped him.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
so,
what
like,
happened.
in a lot of weird respects, you could consider him an American hero, and he was a fucking Nazi 15 years before.
Yeah.
So that's the fluidity.
An SS officer, I believe. I could
Well,
be wrong.
I don't. He might have been part of the SS, like de facto. Like he was a scientist. Like he wasn't. The SS were the secret police.
But that guy in that movie, The Devil Next Door, that guy's son made an interesting point at the end of it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
What did he say?
He was like, think about it. You're in Nazi Germany, and you have one of two choices. Either be a Nazi or be put to death. What are you going to do? That's
Yeah.
what he said at the end of that thing, and I was just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I'm going to be a fucking Nazi.
I'm gonna be a yeah.
I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, put a gun to your head. Either be with us or you die
Yeah,
right
exactly.
here.
Well, and I think I
Interesting point, though. You know?
well, you want to know that's how it is a lot in prison.
Yeah, it's like, be with us or we'll fuck you up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a lot, especially for white people.
Yeah, you got one of two choices.
Yeah.
Like, be with us or we're going to rape you.
Yeah, and so you think if your life is literally on the line in prison,
You're going to fold.
you're gonna fold. You're gonna
You're
get a
gonna fold
swastika tattoo real quick.
Yeah, on your forehead. Charles Manson style.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I
Have
saw-
you seen American History X?
Oh, of course.
Fantastic.
Oh, of course.
All right, so I watched it again the other night, and I was just like, the movie was so powerful.
It really is.
So powerful.
It really
dude.
is.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Again, that's the fluidity of good and evil. You know, like he did all these horrible things, and like it obviously took some bad events and poor life choices for him to realize, you know
How
what I mean?
stupid it was.
How stupid it was and how meaningless it was.
And then he realized how much of a butterfly effect it had on everybody around him. The girl
Exactly.
he was with,
Yeah.
his little brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then his little brother ended up getting killed.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to get out of the life.
Yeah.
Or he's like out of the life.
That the black kid who killed the younger brother,
Yeah.
I always thought he looked like a teenage Gucci Mane.
He kind of did. He
I
kind of
mean,
did.
like
It
in
might
my spitting fucking image.
It might have been Gucci Mane
Yeah, it might
as a
have.
child.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's not rule it out.
I'm not ruling out anything.
So what do you think happened to Epstein?
I mean, I think it's pretty cut and dry. I think it's simple. I think that he was killed. He was killed because he knew, just like Tim said, he knew too much. You know? And like, so I go back to watch, and Rogan put it best, as he tends to do. Like, Clinton rode with him on that airplane, confirmed 26 times. And Rogan was like, I haven't been with my mother on a plane 26 times. You know what I mean? Like, if that's not, the most damning of, it's still circumstantial, you know what I mean? Because, like, you don't know where they were going or what they were doing on the plane. But it's like,
Doesn't matter.
bro, but
Doesn't matter.
that's like guilt by association of the highest order, you know?
Did you see Hillary Clinton's reaction on Trevor Noah's show when he
No,
asked
but
her,
they talked about it,
why
and she
did
laughed.
She laughed when he asked her, how did you kill Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein? And she knew him.
Yeah.
I watched.
She knew Epstein. Of course she knew Epstein.
She knew him.
Yeah, like-
and she thinks it's funny that he killed himself.
Yeah, so
Come on,
and
bro.
so look, so on that same Rogan, in that same conversation, they brought that point up, and Rogan was like, if someone said that to me and I had nothing to do with it, I wouldn't laugh. I'd be like, bro,
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
What a tragedy.
I didn't have anything to do with it. I wouldn't just fucking chuckle and say on to the next.
She's a heartless cunt.
I mean, look, yeah.
I think it might be worse if we had elected her instead of Trump.
I do. Well,
It could be. For
the country, I don't know. I mean, look, so like
Could it be possible?
her personal obvious
How did we
evilness-
come up with these two most terrible people to vote for?
Bro, I don't know.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
How did they make us choose between those?
Well, I think because on paper, Hillary made the most choice, like the most sense.
But Bernie did. Bernie did.
Back then, I think, you know what? I think that
How dirty is that?
the country wasn't ready for Bernie back then. You know what I mean? And I think part of that is that it took this fucking circus of Trump to make the country realize that Bernie is who we need now. But like on paper, Hillary, you know, she'd been privy to politics since she was in college. You know, she met Clinton in college, and obviously he was the governor of Little Rock and obviously became the president. So like she had inner working knowledge of politics, and then she became a senator in New York and did all this stuff, and like it made sense. And then
Right.
after Obama, so first we have the first African American president. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's have a woman president.
Yeah.
So all that shit, like that's the perfect storm to have it make sense for Hillary.
They did Bernie dirty, didn't they?
They did Bernie dirty, yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
That just lets you know, like, your own party will turn their back on you at
Yeah.
any moment.
Well, Bernie didn't have a party. He wasn't a Democrat.
Yeah, but he was on paper. He's a Democrat.
Right, right.
He had to beat Hillary to be the president.
He had to beat Hillary to be the president, and
Dirty little fucking Democrats.
I
and
mean,
Republicans.
really. I mean, look,
they're both dirty.
The fact is, and that's
Dirty.
why I claim independent all day,
Yeah,
because
same.
they're all dirty.
I'm registered independent now.
So I'm gonna. So I just got voting rights back. I'm off paper for the
Hell
first
yeah.
time in a long
cool,
time.
dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
for a long time.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
You're growing up right in front of my eyes.
I really
dude. You're
am,
getting a big
bro.
boy paycheck.
I really am.
You're fucking going to Bernie rallies. and
Yeah, right.
shit. Dude, you're
That was-
fucking. You've always looked like an adult, but just
I mean,
on the inside,
yeah, I'm
it just
saying.
hasn't been there.
No.
Like you just.
We're
I
getting
feel
there.
like you're building up to your image on the inside.
We're working.
now.
We're working on
You're
it.
doing fantastic.
I'm trying.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
very fucking proud of
I'm gonna
you.
get
man.
a car maybe next month.
What?
I gotta get my license back.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit, dude.
Lexus.
This is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so
Cinderella
proud.
story.
It is, dude.
Yeah, I
Cinderella
know.
story. It's in the hole. Dude,
Exactly.
I'm fucking so proud of you,
Yeah,
man.
man, thank you.
That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
dude.
And
I-
like you've been there since day one.
yeah, hell yeah. And I'll be here till the end, baby. For sure. I think I've done more podcasts with you than anybody else. I think this might break the bank right here, dude.
That's what I like to hear.
It might. It might.
I'm
break
telling
the
you, we
bank.
got to do this every week.
I feel like I could probably talk to you. I mean,
We could.
every week.
Yeah.
I feel like every time we talk, it's not long enough, dude.
It's
no homo.
never long enough.
No homo.
Whatever.
Like
Let's just not put a label on it.
extremely homosexual is what I meant by
we
that.
don't have to put a label on it. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I just think we're into a lot of the same shit, and our opinions differ.
For
So
sure.
it helps me see things from
Yeah.
a different perspective.
Absolutely.
It gives me another outlook. I'm so glad you seen The Devil Next Door, though.
Oh,
That
yeah,
shit
bro. I
had me fucking like
Binged it.
that shit had me tearing up, dude,
Yeah.
because the Holocaust was like so terrible.
That's crazy. You believe actually people deny that happened?
Dude, I cannot believe
like
that.
Holocaust deniers are a
I
real
cannot
fucking
believe-
sect of
Dude,
people.
The
I can't-
concentration camps are still standing in Germany.
Exactly. And that kind
There's
of
pictures of piled up dead bodies and baby shoes.
Well, you know what?
The baby shoes shit fucked me up, dude.
There's
The piles
pictures-
of the shoes.
There's
that
pictures of
shit
people on the
fucked me up.
moon and they deny that happened.
That shit fucked me up, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. The piles of shoes.
But then it's
fucked
like
me up,
if you
dude.
think about shit like you had no idea what the fucking Black Wall Street massacre was.
I've heard about it, but
You
I didn't
know?
know that was what it was called.
And it's like people don't talk about the Armenian genocide in I think it was like 1918.
yeah.
People don't talk
Kim
about
Kardashian and took her kids over there. Did you see
Yeah.
that on Instagram?
Yeah.
She
You know
took
what?
her kids over there and were like letting them see that.
people don't talk about the fucking Trail of Tears. You know, that was our people
Yeah.
in this country. And like that's the what we
Because
did
the
to
winners write history, baby.
what we
That's
did
why.
to the Native Americans probably pisses me off more than the Holocaust. Even though like exponentially the Holocaust was worse, like 7 million people. But like there isn't even a body count on how many Native Americans we killed.
Yeah. Well, we were kind of killing each other, though.
No, we weren't.
We not at that point, but before that, we were.
I mean, the 1600s and the 1700s, you know, like we decimated a whole race of people almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
And that was all predicated on the fact that some fucking Italian landed on the wrong continent and called them in, like, Columbus thought he was in the West Indies, which was so far off. So he called them Indians.
Well, it's the same thing we were talking about earlier. It's like we don't see ourselves as the bad guy.
Right.
Just
And
like the Germans.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
That's like so and I remember going to school and like learning about what we did to the Native Americans.
I remember too.
But like very vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we probably
like you can't handle the truth.
Like we only talked about, like I only knew vaguely what the Trail of Tears was by name. You know, I didn't fully learn about what it was until years later, because like we didn't like focus on it. You know. Now on the flip side of that, you gotta believe that when they teach history of World War II to kids in German schools, you know, I have to believe that they go a little more in depth. And it probably is just like what you said about like the gun to your head, you know what I mean? And it's like it almost is like a fundamental, like a form of mob mentality where it's like you don't know, you know, in the Nuremberg trials, how many people's sole defense was I was just following orders.
Yeah.
I was just following orders. You know what I mean?
it.
Like I was fighting for my country. And I know I brought it up. I talked about it when we were doing a podcast last, but I watched this movie on HBO where it was a full reenactment of like 12 Nazi officials. And you see in this 2-hour movie, you see how it goes from, like they called it like the Jewish problem, where at that point in the war, they had been exiling Jews. They had just been getting them out of the country and sending them to different parts of the surrounding continent. And then it was like, well, these people don't want them anymore, and we still have too many, so like they won't fit there. And it was this whole conversation, and like most of the people were like, it didn't even occur to them that we're going to kill these people. But like
most of the Nazis.
Yeah. So like the one guy who was like in charge of the meeting, you could tell, at least that's how they portrayed it in the movie. You could tell that like that was his agenda from jump. You know what I mean?
It's
like
to like get these people on board with a mass extermination.
Exactly. And we're just going to work towards it. We're going to
ease them into it. And then we're going to ease the country into it with propaganda.
And there was one character in the movie, and this was all based on real transcripts, right? So there was one character, and at one point he was like, whoa.
A Nazi. We're talking about a Nazi.
A Nazi.
I just want to make that clear for the people listening.
Yeah. So the Nazi was like, whoa. What are we talking about? You want to kill these people? Our people? You want to kill them? And a couple people would be like, yeah, that doesn't sound right. And they sat in the room and they didn't leave the room. And it's crazy how these people's, for lack of a better term, morals completely devolved in a span of 3-4 hours to at the end of the movie, everybody's on board. Even the guy who was the staunchest, we're not going to do this. Like, I'm not on board with killing this many people. Right. Even he agreed to it because, like, at that point, it was like, this is happening.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
You know?
It's almost like a jury deliberation of some sort.
Yeah.
Because you got, like, everybody thinking one thing.
Everybody had to be on board. Yeah.
Yeah. It had to be a unanimous thing.
And there was, like, crazy, like, it was all, like, it was such a negotiation where it was like, if this guy was like, well, look, we'll give you these resources and da-da-da-da-da if you agree to this. And because they were all like leaders of a post and like the transportation guy and like.
It's like leverage or it's like bribery.
Exactly. Yeah,
Bribery.
exactly. It was like political bribery to be on board with this. And it was crazy. They're like trying to figure out the most efficient way of doing it. And like this one guy like already had the oven idea.
Jesus Christ.
It's like I watched it and I was moved because
it's tough for me to even watch now after that last shit.
Yeah, I was really moved by like how matter of fact these people were about it.
And how it started as like one guy
It
trying
was
to
one guy
impose his will on a group.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it would have been the best car salesman in the world.
Jesus Christ.
He
dude.
sold the idea.
Talked
like,
12 people into mass genocide.
for real.
That changed the world and the carbon footprint forever.
For real.
Jesus Christ,
You know?
dude. That's
People are
insane.
fucking-
What's that shit called?
It was called
What was it on? HBO?
it was on HBO, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Hold
going
on.
to check that. I'm
HBO
gonna check that out. son.
Nazi movie.
It's opening day of duck season tomorrow. Anybody listening to this, your boy feels like I done hit a pipe full of methamphetamines.
Hell yeah.
I ain't going to be able to fucking sleep tonight. I'm so fucking excited to let that fucking 12 gauge ring out on a duck, boy. Son. God damn, I'm ready to shoot.
Oh, I know.
me
Russ is
son.
excited. It was called Conspiracy.
Really?
It came out in 2001. Yeah, and it's on. Well, I mean, it's on HBO. You got HBO?
Yeah, I got all of it.
It's called Conspiracy. Look, that's what like the poster looks like.
Oh, I've seen it.
It's-
I've seen it on it. I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on HBO.
It's worth a watch, bro.
I'm definitely watching it. Anything
Yeah.
about the Nazis interests me.
For real.
In the Holocaust. It's just like, how does that happen? You know what I mean? It just makes me want to know how so I can see that coming, even if it's not even on that grand of a scale.
Absolutely.
You know, because like Trump says things that are like comparable to what Hitler said. Unfortunately.
Absolutely. And then, like,
Unfortunately.
and it's a whole like
But almost all those presidents say things like what Hitler said.
yeah, and to
Unfortunately.
me it's not
Trump's just
it's not
worse.
what they say, it's how they say it. And
Yeah.
like their ability to it's like snake charmers.
Yeah.
They're all snake charmers. It don't matter what they say, it's their ability to convince you of something.
Yeah.
And not convince you to do something, but convince you to feel something.
Or even convince you not to do something.
Right.
About what they're saying.
Right.
Same thing the guy did in the fucking Nazi meeting. He just wanted to convince them not to go against him. They didn't have to really be for killing the Jews. They just
No.
had to not go against him.
Exactly.
That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's scary, dude.
It is scary.
Fucking scary, dude.
And that's why, you know, like it's like part of the reason why I want Bernie to be the president, because like I want him to have that same effect, but like to like
positive though.
convince people to like start, you know, like I just feel like all these people, like the radical Trump supporters and stuff, I just feel like, for lack of a better term, they're just fucking like brainwashed, and they just got this like this haze around them.
It's like lack of critical thinking and thinking for yourself. If me and you agree on everything, bro,
Yeah.
somebody's not thinking.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for who you support.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, all right, say I support that guy last night that hit that kid in the head with a helmet.
Yeah.
The Steelers dude.
Yeah.
Say I support him, right? Like, he's my favorite player.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be like, he didn't fuck that. He didn't do nothing wrong. That dude deserved that shit. That's
Yeah.
the same blind fucking thinking
Yeah.
that has gotten us to the divisiveness.
But then you have critical thinking where it's like, well, they were both in the wrong. And
Yeah.
you can see how it, like, I watched it. Like, I
I
saw
watched like
how
30
it
times.
progressed. Yeah. So, like, and I watched a sports show where they, like, fucking broke it down. Like, the thinking about, like, look, like, Mason Rudolph had a terrible game. He threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
It's
he's frustrated.
It's the end of the game.
Guy lays on him.
He's frustrated. The guy lays on him. So as a split second reaction, he tries to take the guy's helmet off, and that didn't work out so well for him.
No.
So the very next play, you know what I mean, or like whatever, like they get into a scuffle, and now
was
Myles
the same
Garrett.
play.
Yeah, exactly. So when they got up, so Myles Garrett, he rips his helmet off, the same thing that Mason Rudolph tried to do to him. And again, split second reaction, adrenaline's pumping. He tries to mop him with it.
It's not cutting it for me, bro.
What?
Rip his helmet off, throw the helmet. You know
Well,
what you're doing when you go to hit somebody.
split
No matter
yeah.
how mad you are, bro, you know when you raise that helmet up.
Yeah.
I don't care how mad you are. You know, bro. I know
Yeah.
when I'm about to punch somebody.
But look, so in the rules, in the official NFL regulations, anyone that uses a helmet as a weapon is ejected from the game, fined, and a 1 to 2 game suspension. That's in the rules.
That definitely should not be.
It's in the rules.
But they don't mean take the helmet off and hit somebody in the head.
Yes,
with
they
it.
do.
Really?
Use it as a weapon.
Oh, they don't mean just like headbutting
No,
somebody?
they mean using the helmet
He could
as a
have
weapon.
killed that guy, dude.
Maybe. Yeah.
If I took a helmet as hard as I could and hit you in the temple with it,
Well,
it
yeah.
could kill you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or put you in a coma.
So what I'm saying
paralyze
is,
you.
Here's the thing about this situation that I don't necessarily agree with is the huge uproar, like suspending him indefinitely and doing all this shit. Where it's like, look, you know what? Like he broke the rule. The rule's in black and
You
white.
gotta go by the rule.
Go by the rule.
Whoever wrote the rule,
why?
fuck them.
Yeah,
Be
like,
mad at them for writing the rule.
why is this all of a sudden such a huge fucking uproar? Like obviously this shit has happened
Well,
before.
it
They have a
killed
rule.
him. That's
I mean,
for
yeah.
me like why.
It could have killed him. Yeah, it could have killed him. And you know what?
Coulda killed
Boxers can die every time they get into the ring.
Yeah, but come on.
Ice
man.
hockey players.
That's like a boxer putting on brass knuckles underneath his gloves.
I'm
That's not the game. Boxing is
No, it's not the game.
It's not
You're
the game
absolutely
at
right.
all. I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
And
like,
that's
the guy
where, like,
could have died. Luckily, it didn't hurt him.
Absolutely.
He could have got paralyzed. He could have been fucking retarded, brain dead.
Yep.
I'm just saying, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
could have been
Yeah.
a lot worse, and
And
they
if
were
it
both
had
in the
been a lot-
wrong.
If it had been a lot worse, I'd understand the uproar.
Yeah. Well, I think the intent was not good.
Well, yeah,
The
the in-
intent
I
was
mean,
to
yeah.
harm a person.
Yeah, but
The quarterback's intent was not to harm that guy. He was going to rip his. Or he was trying to
Yeah.
pull his helmet.
that's true.
He's not trying to harm him.
That's
but
true.
when the guy,
but it's
even
all
when
about
he
the
took-
escalation.
Yeah. Well, even when he took the helmet off, like even when the guy ripped his helmet off, it should have ended there. It should have been like, all right, fuck you. Go get your
yeah.
fucking helmet.
I agree.
Fuck you. We beat you
Y'all
20-7.
lost. Yeah.
I just sacked you.
Exactly.
Go get your helmet, little bitch.
Exactly.
Shouldn't have tried to hit him with
I
it. That's
agree.
ridiculous.
No, I
bro.
agree.
That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen on any field
Yeah.
ever. I'll be real with you, dude. I've
Yeah.
never seen no shit like that ever.
Yeah.
I've seen him throw punches, but to pick up a weapon, that's like a baseball player hitting somebody with a bat.
It killed me. It killed me because I saw a couple of the Steelers players when Myles
that
Garrett
was
was on the
crazy.
ground and they
That
start
was
throwing punches.
crazy.
I'm like, bro, you're punching the dude's face
That was
mask.
crazy,
Like, well, you're
bro.
hurting yourself way more than you're hurting him.
It was. I think that was like.
And Pouncey started stomping him.
Yeah,
he
that's-
got 3 games for that, I think.
Well, I mean, he's protecting his quarterback.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I understand it. I'm just saying.
That's like what he's in his head. It's been ingrained. Protect this quarterback on
Exactly.
every single play.
Yeah.
So what do you think that guy's going to do whenever somebody hurts his quarterback? Same
Yeah.
thing a catcher does in baseball. When the batter charges the mound, he tries to get the batter
Yeah.
before he gets to the pitcher. You know what I'm saying? It's all about like this is
So-
what you're taught. You protect your quarterback.
So
you
that
protect
brings
your
up a
team.
good point. A good point. You're talking about it's not the game, but like, you know,
I'm saying to hit somebody in the head with a helmet.
Base-
That's way too far, bro.
pitchers fucking throw fastballs at dudes' heads all the time.
I think throwing it at the head's too far too. Though.
that could kill him.
Yeah, to me that's way too far. Just hit him
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hit him somewhere else.
Yeah.
To me, hitting him in the head,
Hit
it
him in
could
the
do some
knee.
irreversible things to a person. Like it's just way too far. This is a fucking game, bro. This is a game. And you're going to fucking try to
At
kill
the end of the
somebody
day,
over
it's
it?
just a game, and you're getting paid a lot of money.
a lot of money,
Yeah,
dude.
I agree. Baseball
Yeah.
players get paid like
Oh, yeah.
way more.
And I
than
love the
fo-
drama, dude. But when you
Yeah.
go to headshots, to me, that's too
dirty.
far.
It's
It's
just
too
dirty.
far. Like you could go ahead, throw hands, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not going to kill somebody,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
I just think that helmet shit was, dude. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
He
It
swung it
was.
as hard as he could. He swung that
He
thing
swung it
overhanded
hard.
as hard as he
Yeah.
could to hit that fucking guy.
He swung it hard, all
But the
right.
quarterback should have just let him have it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you fucking doing? It was crazy.
Yeah.
But then the guy who ran up and knocked the quarterback down,
Yeah.
I was just doing a repair in somebody's house who knew that guy.
Really?
Went to high school with him. They were
Really?
from Pittsburgh or somewhere, wherever
No
the fuck
shit.
that guy was from, whatever
Yeah.
team. They were saying the girl that lived there, she was like...
Is that
20
Pouncey we're talking about?
The guy who knocked the quarterback down.
I'll have to look.
Not
again.
Pouncey. Pouncey was the guy who was stomping the dude's head, right?
Right,
No,
right.
not that guy. It was the guy who ran up and knocked the quarterback down.
No shit.
Yeah, so they were like, knew that guy. And I was like, I was kind of arguing with him a little bit.
Yeah.
The woman, she was like, he should have never done that. He's not a violent person. I was like, ma'am. I was like, ma'am, he's playing the sport of football.
Yeah,
And I was like, and he's protecting his player.
exactly.
Like he did. If you watch the tape, like that guy who came up and knocked the quarterback down, he wasn't even watching the whole thing. He turned around, sees the quarterback going after his man,
Yeah.
and his man on the ground with
That's
two
all
other
he
guys
saw.
on top
Exactly.
of him. So he didn't even hit him that hard.
Exactly.
I think I kind of convinced her. Like I was like, look, like
Yeah.
he's doing what he's supposed to do at that
Yeah.
point. Like he ain't trying to hurt that quarterback. He just knocked him down. He didn't hurt him, but. It was fucked up though, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, I'll tell you what was fucked up was that I had Odell Beckham and Nick Chubb on my fantasy. And, bro, they fucking put up, like, between the two of them. Look at this bullshit. Between the two of them, they put up 21 points.
I don't know.
Fucking
shit
Nick
about-
Chubb got me 9.2 points and Odell got me 12 points.
I don't know nothing about fake football, dude. I don't know shit.
Well, my fantasy week is fucked.
I'm getting up at 3 in the morning,
All right.
so
Well, I love you.
I want to wrap this thing
Yeah,
up.
wrap
Dude,
it up.
I fucking love you,
I love
dude.
you.
I'm so proud of you.
Man, I
This
appreciate
guy has come so far. Anybody who's listening to this is a true fucking success story, okay?
Cinderella story.
This is a fucking Cinderella story right here. So if you want to know how to turn your life around and be the best you can be,
Best you can be.
you need to get in touch with this man right here.
Yeah.
And I like you have.
If you need any furniture.
If you need to buy some furniture, his business card's right here on the wall, right there on the wall where
That's
it's gonna
right.
stay, so until we build a new studio.
I
in
work
This bitch.
I work Wednesday through Sunday at
You know, if anybody needs anything, I'm gonna send them to you.
Yeah.
The best salesman I've ever fucking
Yeah.
seen walk God's green
what's
earth.
the address there? 6832 Market Street.
Hit him up if
Yeah.
you need some furniture.
Get at
Bradley
me.
Barker.
Get at me.
Thank you guys for listening to
Thank
the Hunt
you.
for Greatness podcast.
Thank
And,
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for making this show what it is.
It's
dude.
my fucking pleasure, bro. My distinct pleasure.
I love you,
I
and we
love
love
you.
everybody listening, and we love you guys.
Absolutely.
Everybody who watches, subscribe, hit the fucking button,
Mahalo.
whatever it is y'all do. Mahalo at your boy. Okay.
Mhm.